Hey, everyone. Sorry for the wait. I was dealing with some stuff. Oh, I have a back thing. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Okay. I could hear myself there for a minute. I was freaking out. First of all, it's not Sunday, but mental health check-in. Guys, let me know how you all are doing. I know there's been a lot of things going on, in the YouTube world. And I just want to check in and see how everyone is doing. Hi, Megs. Let me try to bring up some of these comments. Hi, Daisy. Just here to say support. I'm not feeling well tonight, so I'll be on replay squad. Much love, everyone. Thank you, Belle, for stopping in. I hope you feel better. Yeah, I've been exhausted. Excuse me, exhausted, and I was sleeping all day, but I hope that you're feeling better soon. Um, Michael, thank you everyone for telling me to get better soon. I am still really sleepy and I have made it. I'm glad that you're feeling better, Michael. COVID is not fun, but I'm glad that you're starting to kind of feel better. Melissa, yes, same girl. I understand. I appreciate you. I know a lot of people do. Hey, Tracy and Lydia. I hope that y'all are still here. Um, I know Haley stopped in. She couldn't stay for very long, but I was glad to see that she stopped in. Um, Princess Megan Elsa, how are you? Oh gosh. Yeah, I know. I think that's all that goes for all of us, Megs, but we're gonna hang in there. We're gonna pull through this. That's very sweet of you, Melissa. Michael, we're glad you're here and have been praying for your health and strength, sending you all positive vibes. Yes. Sending it. You have dealt with so many you've had COVID so many times back to back, Michael, so I know it's been rough on you. And yes, Haley, how's that little bundle doing? Oh, okay, Belle, I understand. We are definitely trying to take care and hanging in there, Belle, and like I said, I hope you're feeling better. Michael, there's some advice. You can buy you some ginger green tea bags and put 2-inch cup of hot water, sweeten it with your local honey, and ginger helps with this bug. I didn't even know that. I'd have to try that. Oh, okay. You're good, Haley. Let me see. I don't know how many mods I have here. So I know a couple of people are out not feeling very well. Sifa isn't feeling well, and neither is Wisco. So sending prayers and love to all of them. I hate when people are not feeling that great. Let's see. Okay, Melissa. Sifa, I was just talking about you. Did I summon you?
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling?
Like shit.
Yeah, I know. You didn't have to get on panel,
Mm,
but thank you for joining me.
mm,
Hope you feel better soon.
thank you.
Judy, what are you saying sorry for? And how are you today, Judy? I know we all talked like way earlier, but it seems like it's been some really long days. Tracy says feel better, and she said hi. Okay, so I don't know if like this story, Judy is the one who sent this to me, and it's in the state I live in. It's really horrible. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the trigger warning up. I also do have it to where anyone can do the same command and the trigger warning will come up. So yeah, might be a good idea for this one. Oh, you're so sweet, Belle. All right, Melissa. Sifa, you need to get you that some green tea with some ginger or some chai or something. Baby boy is great. Huge but healthy. I'm considering filing a lawsuit against my husband at this point because I'm 5'3" and not. Oh my goodness. Oh, Haley, your poor hubby. You did tell us to pray for him. That's funny. Okay, let me find the best article to put up first that addresses it thoroughly because I like to try to get a background of the story, and I did talk it over with Judy. Went over it. But if I forget something, maybe Judy will join me on panel and help me explain it. Um, but let's see. Okay. All right. So, trying to get this right. So, her name is Bella Fontenelle. Um, Truly inhumane. Family of 6-year-old girl strangled, stuffed in chlorine drum, and dumped on mom's lawn by dad's girlfriend. Say senseless and heinous act has forever destroyed us. Bella Fontenelle's body was found stuffed in a chlorine bucket on her mother's property on April 26th. Her death has been ruled a homicide by manual strangulation with blunt force trauma to the head. Hannah Landon, 43, has been arrested for first degree murder. And Hannah Landon is the dad's girlfriend. The family of a young girl who was strangled, stuffed into a chlorine drum, and dumped on her mother's lawn have decreed the senseless and heinous act that they say has forever destroyed their family. Louisiana authorities found Bella Fontenelle, 6, dead inside the drum outside of her mother, Jennifer Zeldon's home in Harahan on Wednesday. This is Louisiana. Just hours after the girl's father reported her and his girlfriend missing. Jefferson Parish officials now believe that Hannah Landon, 43, the longtime girlfriend of the girl's father, Michael, killed Bella at the home she shared with him nearby. So it seems it was her father, her his live-in girlfriend, and her at the home. And keep in mind that the mother's home was like just down the street. So it wasn't very far. So Bella was at her father's home and his girlfriend did this to her. They say Landon stuffed the body into the 10-gallon chlorine bucket and covered with the lid, which she put on a wagon meant for a child that she pulled over a block away to Zeladon's home Tuesday night. Chilling surveillance footage from the night shows a woman nonchalantly dragging a wagon with the plastic bucket on it in the direction of the house. The woman in the clip was wearing tall white boots, a red top, and black pants. Landon, who also goes by, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing these correctly, Bunnick Lim and Bunnick Landon, has since been arrested on charges first degree murder and obstruction of justice in Bella's death and is being held without bail. This senseless and heinous act has forever destroyed my family. Bianca Cano, Bella's aunt, wrote in a GoFundMe for Zeldon, which I'm going to pull up her GoFundMe here in just a minute. No words can describe the pain that is running through our bodies, she continued. It's truly inhumane. And this is sweet Bella Fontenelle. I'm going to catch up on it, the comments. But yeah, this story, I just couldn't even wrap my head around it because a 10-gallon bucket, like, I don't know. It's just, it's sick. Let's see. Right, Melissa, I would gladly take on any of these children. that are being harmed and that this is being done to. And we talked about this on Haley's stream the other night. I know Sif is not feeling up to it, but let me try to grab Haley's link. But there's so many other options that people have than going to the links that they do to harm their children, and it just makes me sick because there's so many out there that would love to take on these children and that would have no problem adopting or fostering or, something. It doesn't have to resort to this. Yeah, the father's girlfriend, mom's home was only right. And I have the pictures, some of the pictures that I'm gonna share. Right, Tracy? And she is absolutely beautiful. Let's see. So this is the woman who did it. This was the live-in girlfriend. And her name is Hannah Landon. Here's one of the images, but I do have a different one I'm gonna share. So let me pick up. And I had pushed this live back, for so long for good reasons. We had a lot going on in the background, but I wanted to be able to join you guys. I miss talking to you all, but thank you, Sifa. You really don't have to be on panel if you don't feel like it. Honestly, I know how it is whenever we don't feel good, but yeah, definitely get your rest. Okay, so the Louisiana woman allegedly kills boyfriend's daughter, Will's body to her mom. Chilling video captured a Louisiana woman allegedly carting a bucket containing the body of her boyfriend's slain 6-year-old daughter before dumping it outside the home of the girl's mother. Um, I know Judy, if Judy you're still here, I know that you sent me one that had a good timeline. This article might actually cover it. So they did say it's Boonok. So Hannah Landon, 43, was charged with first-degree murder and obstruction of justice after she was seen wheeling the chlorine bucket in a wagon in the New Orleans suburb of Harahan about 9:30 p.m. Tuesday. So that's something that I was wondering about was like, what time of night was this? Because we saw the car passing by and she's just like pulling this wagon with this bucket in it. And it's just so disturbing. Um, okay, so we know that part. So Landon lived with Bella's dad and little sister on Donnellan Drive. See, I didn't read this all the way through. I didn't realize that she had a little sister that she also left behind. Where she allegedly killed the girl before placing her body into the bucket and taking it to nearby Sedgefield Drive. Bella's father, who has not been named, reported Bella and his girlfriend missing to police about 7:30 a.m. on Wednesday. So that was the Wednesday. So yeah, I guess the timeline kind of confuses me. He reported them missing on the Wednesday, but it says that she was seen pulling the bucket the Tuesday night and then Wednesday morning. Okay, that makes sense. So hopefully this is the right article. If not, I'll kind of explain it. So police, I hate all these things. Police launched an investigation and went to the biological mom's home where they made the horrifying discovery in the bucket on the front lawn about an hour later. When they opened up the bucket, they found the 6-year-old deceased. Investigators then canvassed the neighborhood and obtained surveillance footage from several homes, including a video showing a woman matching Landon's description wheeling the bucket. And again, this is her. She's so cute. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. Okay. She was located at an area hospital about 2 p.m. Wednesday and taken into custody. So, yeah, one of the articles said it's like after she did this, she then went to the police station saying that she needed to be like seen or transported to a hospital. So then they transported her to the hospital for an evaluation. and that's where police ultimately found her. So 9:30 p.m. ish is when they catch the surveillance, and then I don't know what time frame exactly she went to the police station and then on to the hospital. Right, Michael? It's not normal. It's not right. It's not normal. There's something very, very wrong. Thank you, Sophia, for doing the links. I appreciate it. Yeah, Melissa, just a little. My gosh. So she was located at 2 p.m. The sheriff's office said Landon had been transported to the hospital for an evaluation after she showed up at the police department. It was unclear what she was evaluated for. Neither of Bella's biological parents is believed to have been involved in the gruesome killing. The coroner said the preliminary autopsy showed Bella's cause of death to be manual strangulation along with blunt force injuries to the head. I want to add that Bella's body was intact, and contrary to public speculation, there was no dismemberment of any kind. Child deaths are always terrible, especially ones like this that should not have happened. Quite honestly, it's personal for all of us. According to court documents from 2021 cited by WDSU, Landon was named as a suspect in a country club incident that led to injuries on the face and hands of Bella's mother. Wow, so the suspect and Bella's mother had a previous altercation in 2021. Landon was cited for simple battery, but it's unclear what the resolution of the case was after she filed a temporary restraining order against the child's mother, claiming she feared she would suffer injury, loss, or damage. Bella attended St. Matthew Apostle School, which has canceled classes for the rest of the week. I mean, I can imagine how traumatizing it is if any of these, even just the parents, got news that this happened and, you know, uh, Judy says evaluated for being a freaking, yeah, like it's crazy. Like this is beyond normal. Like there's nothing normal in this situation. Oh yeah, Michael, I see what you're saying. Right. And I try to put myself in that situation, like if I'm going down the road, it's 9:30 and I see someone pulling a wagon with a bucket. I mean, I imagine I probably would be like, maybe be like, what in the world? Because it would look odd to me. But it's like, not everyone does think that way, like, oh, this is something I need to call in about. Not most people go there because you don't think these things like that could happen around you. But sadly, in today's world, they do. Highlighting the way. How are you? Glad you could be here. Oh, mom first is getting serious. Get to bed, pull the covers up, lights out. Oh, I thought you said not only not kidding. But either way, I can confirm he is laying down. I don't know if he's eaten today. Hopefully he has. All right, let's see. It is with heavy hearts and great sorrow that we write to you. So let me see who this is from. It doesn't say. We have been informed by the Jefferson Parish Sheriff's Office that a kindergarten student here at St. Matthew the Apostle was found dead today. The school said in a letter to parents. So this is from the school. We ask you to pray for us and for all those impacted by this tragedy. Let us pray together that the child's family and that our St. Matthew the Apostle community will feel God's love and mercy in the midst of this devastating loss. Um, St. Matthew said it was providing emotional support for students, faculty, and the community. Harahan Mayor Tim Baudier also addressed the community. As many of you know, there is an ongoing police investigation involving residents of our community, one of which is a young child. Our community prays for all those affected and that they may be comforted by the love and grace of God now and forever. I do not have any answers to why this happened. None of us do, nor will we ever completely know or understand. For over 100 years, our small community is and has been based on faith, family, and friendship. It's what sets us apart. Things like this do not happen in Harahan, but today it did. Neighbors told Fox 8 Live there was never any sign that something so tragic would happen to the family. It's tough. It's still tough thinking about it, the neighbor said. he told the outlet. So yeah. Um, let's see if this is the same one. All right. I'm gonna bring up her GoFundMe. So the last time I even loaded this page, it was at 36,000, which they've already went over and beyond their goal. So thank God for that. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna get my dogs. All right, sorry, y'all. Okay, so they did reach their goal, which I'm so glad. This is a picture of her for one of her birthday parties. So Bianca Cano, which we've learned is the aunt. Um, Jennifer Zeladon is the sister. So Jennifer Zeladon is Bella's mother. And I don't have much information on like any more background information as far as like where the mom was at the time that the police made the discovery and any of that. And I will be looking for updates on that because it's horrible. I don't think you did, Sifa. You did not eat, so you need to eat. Thank you. Thank you, Judy, for telling him that. That's what it seems like, mom first. And then she goes straight to the police department and then gets evaluated. But I'm sorry. I'm going to need more information than, like, oh, she just snapped and had a moment. And not saying that from you. Don't take that like that because I get it. Something did make her snap. Something made her commit this crime. But the fact that she could even do something like this so horrible is just, I can't comprehend it. Hey, Blind. Sorry, just seeing you. I was reading and grabbing tabs. Hey, Eva Marie. Glad to see you here. Thank you, Sifa, for dropping his link for me. Oh, Michael, that's scary. Just wanted to let you know that I seen a lady who was pushing a grocery cart down the street with a large amount of travel bags and called the police on her and they couldn't find her. Oh, yeah, like if I definitely would see something suspicious like that, I would like to think my brain nowadays would go to, okay, maybe this is something because I am huge in believing see something, say something. But like I said, like this is just so something random. Like, you wouldn't think that there's anything like a child inside of a bucket. And that it's so disgusting to me. Yeah, it really is, Evie. It's heartbreaking. All right, so I'm gonna read what the aunt said on the GoFundMe. My name is Bianca Cano. I am the aunt of our beloved Bella Fontenelle. I'd like to start by thanking each and every one of you for your beautiful words, condolences, and prayers. Where do I start? My beautiful Bella, the world is so unjust. You were given to us for 6 amazing years. You are beyond perfection. Your beautiful little voice, your funny personality, the way you danced, the way you were so delicate and fragile, your smile, your laugh, the way you expressed yourself. I can go on and on about how amazing this little soul was. My sister's 2 daughters were what gave her life meaning and strength to go on each and every day. This senseless and heinous act has forever destroyed my family. No words can describe the pain that is running through our bodies. It is truly inhumane. I'm starting this GoFundMe because, as some may know, my sister is a single mother and now her baby was taken from her. So she does have two little girls, and her baby girl was taken from her. How can you pick up and move forward at the moment? So many of you have reached out to me about donating to her. This will allow anyone who would like to donate do so personally to her. All funds will go towards funeral costs, expenses, etc. In closing, I'd like to thank everyone again from the bottom of our hearts. During these horrible, trying days, no person should ever go through what we are going through. much less a mother and father having to lay rest a child. Uh, it breaks my heart. But yeah, so I am glad that they have beyond reached their goal. Like, that makes me happy to know. And as far as this story goes, there's really not much else on her story. I There's articles, a lot of articles say the same things over and over. But I did want to present it to you because, Judy sent it to me. It is close to where I'm at, and I just couldn't believe it. In fact, even my husband saw this on like Facebook or something, and he asked me if I had came across it, and it's just disgusting. Remove yourself from the child's presence if you're on the verge of snapping. Right. Exactly. 100%, Haley. If you're dealing with mental illness of any kind, if you have resentment or hatred towards a child in your care or something, be vocal about it. And what I mean is, like, I've seen so many families where there's a separation or divorce of some kind and the kids are caught in the middle, and then you have a new girlfriend, a new boyfriend of whatever, the other spouse, and the kids end up being in the middle of it. And sometimes I have seen, like, even not within my immediate family, but like my extended family, where the kids didn't get along with the new girlfriend or boyfriend of their mother or father, and they felt a certain type of way. They got treated a certain type of way, not in this kind of manner or this capacity, but if you feel like that, like, just remove yourself. It's just as simple. Like, sometimes I'm at a loss of words in these cases. I really am. Hey, Fredfield, good to see you. Thank you for joining. You'll have to rewind a little bit for this horrible story, but it's heartbreaking. And yes, Haley, that is definitely 100%. No parent is perfect. If a parent says that they're perfect, no. Um, and yeah, people do have moments, but like, there were times whenever I would get so frustrated when my little one was, well, my son was a little one, and we would cry together because, I was a young mom, trying to figure this thing out, and you're crying together, and, or at the time, he was really young when I met my husband. So, like, he was a lifesaver because I was a single mom for a bit, and, he had to step in and kind of help me, get through it. It's just, you're going to get frustrated. There's lots of times where parenting is rough. It's hard, but never, ever should it ever resort to hitting a child, verbally abusing a child, physically hitting a child, doing anything, any kind of punishment. Um, and when I say punishment, I mean, Oakley Carlson always comes to mind. Same for Noel Rodriguez. He has also grabbed onto my heart. Um, Punishment, I mean, like, for Oakley Carlson, she was placed into like this little small little cupboard that was like a room. It was like under a staircase, and it was a small little area that she was placed into, that her siblings witnessed her being placed into for hours without food and such. Harmony Montgomery was another one, placed into the corner for misbehaving, quote unquote, and having to remain in the corner, not eating, not drinking for hours, and even to the point where she was urinating herself because she was not allowed to get up from the corner. Noelle being, left without being fed, and all this because his mom didn't want to deal with being a mother, basically. It just, all of these cases are so heavy. They break my heart because on one end, and I said this in another live of mine, you have one end where these children are being taken by, ST, and you guys know what I'm talking about, the illegal moving of persons, um, those kinds of situations, being abducted, being kidnapped. And then you have the other end where it's like these parents or the system is failing these children. And the things that these children are going through before their deaths or before their disappearances, you learn that are horrible. Hi, Miss W. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Um, yes, I've never felt I wanted to harm my babies, but I have safely placed my toddler in her crib during a tantrum and walked away so I didn't get flustered or yell. No shame in that. Exactly. That is exactly. I'm glad that you said that because, yes, like I said, we either cried together and I'm trying to figure out this parenting thing and we cried together, or I had to hand him over to my fiance at the time, which is now my husband, and it was like, I don't know what to do. And he would take him and, they would go and talk and figure things out while I'm in the other room trying to calm down and figure out, you know, how to go about doing this parenting thing because it's not easy. It doesn't, they don't, parenting, it doesn't come with a manual, like they say, you know, but when the love and the care is there, it's natural to be a parent, but not every parent is like that. There are parents that are mentally unstable and need help. And so anybody that is listening, anybody that's watching, anybody that's, been in situations like this or you've witnessed situations like this, like my prayers go out to you. And then if you know of a situation like this of a child even just being mistreated and not necessarily harmed, it could get to that point. So if you know of anything, you know something, you see something, say something, please. Um, Fredfield, you're camping. You saw the story. Yeah, it happened April 26th. So it's been out for a little bit. It's very heartbreaking though. You have people out here that want a child so bad, and then you have people out here that can just be so evil, right? And that's the heartbreaking part. Hi CNY. I'm so sorry. I just saw you come in. I'm always behind on my comments, but it's good to see you here. That video you did this morning, CNY, was oh, that story was horrible too. Sifa might have already done this because I'm behind on the comments, but Sifa, if you can drop CNY's link. Lighting the way, I didn't know that. I've been meaning to go and check out your channel like fully because I know you have a lot of great content on there. Um, and I do plan on going and like binge watching it. It's just so much has been going on lately. But I do know that you have a lot of great content, so I'm gonna have to check out what you have and look at Harmony's visual. Yes, we are human. There's no shame in making sure they're in a safe place and stepping away to breathe. I've done it. I wish more understood that. Right, Haley. Even at 6 years old, they can give the crayons and books or a cartoon to get a breather. Make sure they're safe. Yes, right. There's so many options, and if you know that you yourself, and not to you in chat, but like anybody that's watching, if you have anger management issues that need to be addressed and you're trying to raise young children and that you feel that it could lead to something like this, like get the help that you need. Do it for your babies. So lighting the way, I don't know if you know Nerdy Addict on Twitter, Nerdbear Mafia. He also is from around that area and he covered that case extensively. Harmony's case was so heartbreaking. Yeah, this is another good idea, Mom. First, go into the bathroom and look into the mirror until you get yourself together. Right? Think about your babies. Think about, the only thing, and it's like I hope we find out more, is the fact that she went straight to the police department and then asked to be seen or retransported to a hospital. So it's like, did she realize after the fact that holy crap, what did I just do? You know, none of us were there. We can only speculate on what happened, but it's just she did go to get the help. It was too late at that point. You know, it was too late at that point. Um, and for what she's done, I think I've seen on other articles that I mean she could get the death penalty potentially. It hasn't said that she's gotten that. You know, none of this, of course, has gone through all the legal process and all that stuff, but she could be facing the death penalty behind this. It's okay, Miss W, for being late. Um, See, this case I'm not familiar with, the Maura Murray's case. There's so many that I need to get my little notebook. I did order me a little notebook, and on the cover I had it personalized, and it does say "Justice for Kylie Rodney," just because Kylie Rodney is my heart. But all of these kids are my heart, and honestly, I'm using the notebook to start writing down all of these kids' names and their cases, and try to get their stories out there. Especially the ones, you know, like going over something like this. I think it's important because number one, it shows how important mental health is and people that are suffering with it and what can happen because of mental health going unchecked. But I also want to be covering more of the cases that are like missing and you know, recently missing and the kind of the circumstances surrounding it. And that's where my ADD brain comes in, ADHD brain comes in, where I need my notebook because to present information, I have to have it right, like organized in front of me to put it out there. But I want to get more of these kids' stories out there. Let's see. Not every family has a good support system or even both parents. Finding a good support person to call on or even at a church to use the childcare or classes to help get them occupied safely. That is absolutely correct, Melissa. Not all families have a good support system. Some have none at all. So if you do have anyone that you call a friend, you know, someone you can confide in, or you know, like you said, at the church or childcare or anywhere that you know. I mean, Sifa can probably, I don't know if he has them already, but there's probably numbers out there, hotline numbers that you can call whenever like you're in a crisis and you just need someone to talk to. If you don't have a support system, utilize those hotline numbers because I'm pretty sure those that can lead you to the help you need, you know, or you know, I wouldn't say call 911, but yeah, I mean, I guess if you're in a situation where you feel like you're about to harm someone else, yes, definitely call 911 and say, "Look, I need someone to come get me. This is how I'm feeling." You know what I'm saying? Mm, there's a lot more that can be done. Thank you, Haley, for the support and for being here. I appreciate it. Okay, y'all, I'm just reading the comments. I'm not ignoring y'all. Um, At one time, I had a 10, 8, 5, and infant, so I didn't know all the time who did what, so they would line up and put their nose to the wall till everyone calmed down. Hey, and that's not a bad strategy because I'm pretty sure it didn't take them very long to finally either meet maybe one of them take the fall and be like, all right, I did this, or, you know, whatever you had to do, but at least they were not harmed. They weren't being physically abused. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did what you felt you needed to do as a parent, and I mean, you had 4 little ones. No, lighting the way, you're good. I'm gonna go back and read all of these cases because I am interested in cold cases as well. Um, yeah, I'm seeing y'all's comments now. And you know, there's a lot of cold cases. You know, like look at Summer Wells. Next month it's gonna be 2 years and nothing on Summer Wells. And I know there's much, much colder cases. A review of Maura Murray. It's so puzzling and been years. Her father and sister have taken the torch to find out what happened. I am so glad that they are taking the torch to find out what happened. There's actually and I know this is about children, but I have a close friend on not Facebook, on Twitter, who I believe now it's been like probably 18 years because I've known her for 2 years. And anyway, her sister and her son, so her sister and her nephew, are a cold case. They've been missing for almost 18 years now. The circumstances are suspicious. I don't know if anybody's heard it, probably not, because her story hasn't been put out there enough. But it's Brandon and Paula Wade, Wade. And I'd have to get back with her again to freshen up my memory. But like, there's cold cases like that I would like to touch up on. Okay, so you do have videos. Well, thank you for dropping the link to your resources, if I appreciate that. You always have all these resources and stuff on hand. I'm thankful for you. I need to learn from you. I need to do the same thing. Okay, so if we can do that. Like I said, I just need to organize it in my brain. I mean, I do have another notebook where I have like timelines written out of Kylie, Trinity, just different cases I've covered where I jot down notes and everything because I do like to present it. I see a lot of creators out there it just seems like they have it all together and they present every case so well. And I feel like I'm over here and I'm a mess because I'm not organized enough, but that's just in my brain. So I have to organize it in a way where I feel like I'm giving you the best information, the most thorough information, and no misinformation. That is something that I'm holding myself accountable for going forward in any case that I work in. That if it's not presented as fact, as much as we want to speculate and theorize, which is okay because we can have a what if this happened or what if this happened scenario. You can have that and those are healthy, but what I'm not going to do is sleuth all this stuff online and point fingers at said person just because they know this person. Like that's something that I am going to start holding myself accountable for because I believe misinformation in these cases is one of the most damning things you can do to harm a case. So, not going to do that anymore. There are some episodes of her case on television. Oh, I could. That would actually help, Melissa. That would actually help a lot. And yes, Sifa is familiar with it. We're in this together. Sifa's my co-host. I'm his co-host most of the time when I can be there. I do always try to be there. But, we're gonna do this. We're gonna dig deep and we're gonna bring all these cases to light. Kids, teens, young adults, any case that needs attention. We're gonna try to do that. We're gonna try to bring it to you guys because there's so many out there. I mean, and so many that go untalked about. So I think it's important that we do it. So next year, 2004 is when she vanished. Wow. Oh my goodness. That is horrible. The name on that cold case is Maura. What's the last name? You see how my brain works. Maura Murray. There you go, Judy. I'm sure someone already answered you by the time I throw this up on the screen, but it's Daisy style. I completely agree with this, Melissa. Counseling does not hurt. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's nothing that there's so many people put a stigma on it, and it's like, no, if you feel that you are dealing with depression or anything in any kind of way and you just want to talk to someone that is on the outside, counseling could help you. I've had to do it. I have no shame in saying that because it's helped me get a long way and it's helped me realize a whole lot. Thank you, Sifa. Thank you for eating dinner. I'm proud of you. I'm happy. Hopefully that'll make you feel a little better. Yes, so many babies are getting murdered, abducted, the T word, illegal moving of persons. It's just sad. So oxygen. So I do have a Roku and I can look into it. Either way, I'm gonna find some information to kind of give myself a background on her. And we can present it either here or on Sifa's channel. Either way, I'm going to start focusing more on a lot of these cases that need to be talked about. And for anyone who is watching that might take things the wrong way, of course, or it's whatever. At this point, I'm speaking for myself. Kylie Rodney brought me to YouTube. Kylie Rodney will always have a place in my heart, and I will never stop wondering what happened to Kylie Rodney. And I probably won't ever stop looking into anything that I can in regards to Kylie Rodney because she's never going to leave my heart. Same as Gabby Petito, even though I know what happened to Gabby, she's another one who's grabbed my heart. I'm just not going to spend all of my time and focus on my YouTube lives on something that right now we don't really have any new information on. However, when we do have new information, or there is something that comes out, or there is something that I can factually put together or debunk, I will bring it to you. I won't stop talking about Kylie Rodney, but I will start talking more about all of these kids and all of these young adults and anybody that is going through all of this. Hold on, let me let my dogs out before they drive me crazy. Okay. I saw it, Judy. I'm gonna try to grab it in a minute. Yes, Miss W, this is what I'm saying. Keep the children of the world safe. These poor children. By covering these cases could possibly prevent new cases. Someone may see something and say something. Exactly, Tracy. Exactly. And that's what I want to try to start focusing on doing. That is definitely something I want to start doing. There is zero shame in moving on to other cases as well that is benefiting more than one child. Yes, Haley, and that's part of my own. I'm I hate when I have a lost for words like this. I never want anyone to think that I'm giving up on anyone's case just because I move on to other cases. And I know I don't have to explain that. I know that. Um I look for updates on all the cases regularly. You know what I mean? Like I'm always looking for updates. And I will always try to bring what I can, and my brain can only retain so much at a time, which is why I need these little notebooks everywhere, and which is why I have so many folders and so many things saved, files saved everywhere. And why Discord also works for me is because sometimes, it helps to organize certain things. Um, there's another case, Savannah Hale. I did do a video on it. If you haven't watched it, please take the time to go and watch the video. It's very short because it's just a preview. But Savannah Hale is 3 hours from me. She's been missing for a year now. It just made a year. Her mom just recently made a Facebook post. She vanished. They haven't had no leads. They have heard nothing. I am in touch with the family. I have spoken to Savannah's aunt, and she may come on panel, and if not, she will most likely be in chat. So I will try to get with them and cover Savannah Hill's story. I have been meaning to do that, but with so much going on elsewhere and in our lives, our everyday lives, it's hard. It's hard to do this as a creator sometimes. It really is. But I feel like this is like a purpose. I feel like this is something that I was meant to do. So no matter what comes my way, I'm going to do this. And I have a great support system. So, we got this. Everyone counts. Every life matters. Lots have been found because they saw themselves or someone saw a video. Yep. Yeah, I see what you're saying, that they seen themselves or someone else on YouTube. Yeah. A lot of people say, "Oh, these people aren't looking on YouTube," and I get it. But you know what? Nowadays, most people aren't looking at mainstream media as much as the government would like. Just saying. I know I sure don't. Our household don't. I don't know many in my family who watch mainstream media. So you can't expect to get your children's stories or your loved ones' stories on mainstream media for people to notice. YouTube is where a lot of people come for these cases. Also Twitter. Um, I know a lot of people don't understand Twitter. They don't use Twitter a lot, but Twitter honestly is how a lot of times I find new cases, because Twitter seems to get the news really, really quick. Um, any updates on court cases of missing persons, cases that I've covered, or any of these children that I've talked about in this very live, most of the time I get the updates from YouTube or Twitter. Those are my two main sources. So, and I've been trying to keep up with both, but it is not easy. Yeah, it is. And I'll share a little part of me. When I had my son, he was a handful when he was young. Like I said, he was everything a young little boy would be, wild. And when we went places to eat, I was, he was a little boy, but he never had to be on, any kind of medicine for ADHD or anything like that. For the most part, I handled it well, and now he's the calmest adult ever. Um, and then there was a time where me and my husband, we wanted to have another kid, and God had other plans. That wasn't in the books, and that's okay. Like, I'm okay with that now. I accept it. Hold on just a second, because I know my dogs are probably irritating. Okay, sorry about that. Basically, what I was gonna say is that, like, it came to me one day that it was meant for me to work with children, and I didn't know in what capacity that meant. But, like, I had that in my heart, I felt it in my heart, but I didn't know in which way it meant. Like, I was like, "Okay, I don't know if I could be a teacher. I don't know. I don't think I could ever be a teacher. Maybe it's daycare, maybe it's fostering." I didn't know. But as the years went by of, raising my son and things, time going by, when Gabby Petito's case happened is when I first started following missing persons. And then Summer Wells happened. And that's when I was really like, this is not okay. And then when I went to Twitter and met Nerdy Addicts community and found, like, there were cases that were heartbreaking, but there were the Noah and Amber Claire story. If you guys don't know that story, I watched it unfold, like, real time with Nerdy Addicts team, Nerdbird Mafia on Twitter. And yes, I'm always gonna shout them out. If you guys get tired of hearing me say that, I'm sorry, but they really brought me to missing persons. Um, But they helped locate this family. Like, I've watched this community come together and get an Amber Alert issued. I watched this community come together and find out where this car had been in an impound lot. And then when they finally located the family and this mom was able to reunite with her son, which Noah, he was like 4, I want to say. He was really young. And Amber was like the niece, and she was like 13. But just the seeing the reunification of this family and the emotions and the love and support and everything of all of them pulling together and making this happen, I was just like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm meant to do. My brain might be all over the place. There might be a drama that tends to come your way when you're in the true crime community or missing persons community. And that's going to happen, and that's okay. Um, just going to ignore that and move on, because these kids need a voice. And that's what I'm going to do, is continue being a voice for the voiceless. Sorry, I'm so behind. Thank you, Evie. I appreciate that. Thank you, lighting the way. Thank you, Miss W. When we pour our hearts into these cases, we don't forget or leave any behind. Logically, though, when a case stops updates, all we can do is take a step back and help others as well. Yes, Haley, thank you for saying that like that. Yeah, we don't ever leave them behind. They don't ever leave our hearts. And I'm sure it goes like this for you, Haley, because I know it does for Sif. I know it does for me and several other creators I've talked to, where a certain person's case grips your heart in a certain way that you can't let it go, and you have to cover it. And if and I'm not trying to just like send everybody to all of my content and go watch it. It's whatever. But you are my subscribers, and I love and appreciate every single one of you. And the video that I did called The Voice for the Voiceless, those are all cases that really gripped my heart and really grabbed on. And to this day, like, they're not going to go anywhere. But yes, I can cover other cases like Bella's, like Savannah Hale. All of these cases matter. All of them matter. Sorry, I'm so far behind. Yes, so Twitter is a very good source, and it's really not that hard to use. And I tell everybody this, like, if you have a way to get in touch with me, and I mean, my email is one way. I mean, I check my email all the time. I'll send you my username, and then you can go and follow a lot of the people I follow, which a lot of creators on YouTube are also on Twitter. So you'll find Sifa there. You'll find Seeing My Family. You'll find um, Harsh Reality. Like, a lot of creators are there. So once you start following them, and you branch out and you start seeing others that you can follow, you'll get missing persons flyers seen all the time. I do truly believe this. It does take a village, and I am so glad to have met each and every person along the way, whether they were in my life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, because it's gotten me to where I am today. Yes, Melissa, you're one of my people from NBM that does still come here. I do know that a lot of our people on Nerdy's community do watch, but a lot of them still stay on Twitter for the most part, and I completely get it now. I don't know, Melissa, if you remember Nerdy saying over and over that, like, he wasn't going to go full time on YouTube because of everything that we're now encountering. And I get it. I get it completely. But it is important to take mental health breaks. It's important to realize when it's becoming too heavy, when it's becoming too much, and take a step back and get the rest that you need. We can't do it every day, all day. That's for sure. It's way too draining. You have the know-how, but your heart is so genuine, and we need more love spread and less hate. Yes, definitely more love and less hate. There's no room for hate in these cases. There's enough hate in these cases. There's enough hate in this world. Why do we need to keep adding to it? Let's just be a kind human. Yes, Haley, that's what I was saying. We have some that we can't not think about for a single day. Oh, sorry, Judy. I don't have my YouTube side open right. Okay. Thank you, Judy. Judy, why have I not modded you yet? What in the world? Judy, do you want to be a mod? I would love for you to be a mod. There you go. I pinned my email in case any of you need to get in touch with me, any cases. And if I don't get back to you immediately, sometimes I have a habit of opening my emails and I'm like, oh, and I'll grab the email and I'll screenshot what I need to, or I'll save what I need to where I need to put it. And then I have a bad habit of not replying right away or telling myself I'm going to reply. And then I forget. I procrastinate a lot. I don't do it on purpose. I promise you. If you've ever emailed me and you haven't gotten a reply, I promise you it's nothing personal. It's my brain. I it's all over the place most of the time. But I do appreciate each and every single email that any of you have sent. Fredfield, I know that you're here. You've sent me so much on Kylie, and I do want you to know I've seen every single one of your emails. I've looked at them. If I haven't presented it, it's because I've either, you know, not been able to find anything to back it up to confirm it, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't important. My emails are still there and it could be important someday. So, Fred, I do appreciate all of your emails. Yeah, this is the same. I used to hang on Twitter. Now, I used to open my Twitter app all day, every day, and we had threads going for hours, and it was actually a lot of fun. But there was also drama there. And so, it kind of got to be a place that we also had to kind of take a step back from. But I definitely do use it as a source now. Gabby was my first case that I got really interested in, but Kylie really snagged me, I think, due to having a 17-year-old granddaughter. I can get that. I get that completely. Gabby was also my first case, and Kylie is the case that grabbed my heart. Yes, there is hate that caused all of these cases. You got this, Judy. Thank you. I do that. Do you have any? I mentally respond often. Yes, Haley, all the time. I'll go back and look at my email and I'm like, oh my gosh, this was such good information. Or it was a case and I'm like, I really need to reply to this person. And I'll make a mental note to stop and do it right then and there. Like at least say a thank you because I am appreciative of it. I just forget. We need 4 days on the weekend. Yeah, I just have to learn how to space things out. Um, like I wanted to get Bella's story out there. The woman is in custody and hopefully there will be justice done. So I can look for updates and things like that and update people as the time goes on. But now I'm going to focus on another case, that maybe needs to either be brought to light, that is a cold case, which next I'm going to do Savannah Hales. I'm going to get in touch with Savannah Hales' family and I'm going to get her story out and try to get her family members at least in chat if they would like to be, because she has yet to be found. I'm going to show Savannah's video for those that are still here. I appreciate you all that are still here. It's been an hour and 15 minutes and you don't have to be here and you chose to be. So I appreciate you all. Sif has taught us awesome stuff, Judy. So that's a little background on Savannah's story. And like I said, I will be doing a live on Savannah's story. I just I want to get with the family and know what I can and can't put out there. And I do believe the aunt is going to either be in chat or join me on panel. So that is a story that I will be covering in the near future. But yeah, so it is heartbreaking. Watching the mom, I've spoken to the mom a few times. It's heartbreaking and they have nothing. Um Nothing, no leads. No leads at all. Yeah, so but that's what I'm working on. The mom hasn't replied recently, but I mean I assume, it's a really hard time of year right now for her. It just made a year for them. But the aunt is in touch. I am in touch with her regularly. She has even reached out to me on other cases that we were working on. Kaylee Jones was one that was missing out of Georgia. She was found safe. I think it took like 6 months before she was found, but she was found safe. And then she saw that I was covering Kylie Rodney's case, and she would always message me and ask if there was anything on Kylie, and I would do the same, reach out to her and ask if there was anything on Savannah. So I am in, you know, good. I am in touch with the aunt. I see that Sifa and Lighting are gonna work on Morris' case, so that'll be awesome. Yeah, Sifa, and then you can just bring me up to speed on her, and maybe we can watch a couple of videos on her case. And like I said, we can do it on your channel or mine. You're more familiar with it, so however you want to do it, I'll be there. And thank you, Lighting. Oh wow, Lighting, the way you're friends with a family friend. God, she was so this was right before Kylie Rodney, if you remember. And when I say deep diving a case, I consider Kylie Rodney my first deep dive because I went all in with everything I had. But I will say on Kaylee Jones' case, oh, there was so much drama, if you remember, with the foster, I think no, the adopted parents that she lives with. So I don't even know to this day, Lighting. Maybe you could also like maybe send me an email because I don't know if anything is public out there on Kaylee Jones, but I do know she was found safe. I just don't know the circumstances. Um, I believe, and I think Nerdy's team also believes that it was a situation where she was lured out by someone she trusted that she met online because I want to say that Homeland Security was involved and we all know what that means. But I am just, when we got the news in November, this was coming off of the end of Kylie's, autopsy and all of that stuff. And we're trying to process Kylie's information. And then we got news that Kaylee Jones had been found. And it was, every time I see the words found safe, it's always amazing. And in case any of you have missed my community post, Chloe Bogan, who was missing from Reno, Nevada, 15-year-old, has also been found safe. I don't know the total circumstances of that either. I just know that she was found safe. So those are the words I like to hear and I like to see. Hopefully we can get more of those out there. But anyway, so I was just informed that I have family members coming over to visit, showing their new baby. She was born like a month or so ago. So I get to see a newborn baby here in a little bit. So I'm going to end this live here in a bit. But I do appreciate all of you being here. There is a lot that cannot be out there, but there is. Oh, good. Okay. Well, I'm glad you told me that. I figured it was something like that. I figured it was something major, but I'm glad that you told me that. And I'm like I said, I'm glad she's safe. But yeah, you all have a great evening. If anyone needs me, my email is there. Sifas is there also. Everyone, please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Make sure you're eating, drinking water, and taking mental health breaks. Don't let the drama of YouTube get to you. Yeah, just take care of yourselves. And remember, if you see something, say something. If there was a Discord account for each missing, so Sleuth could review and add from all of USA in one spot would be great. Oh, that would be a very busy Discord, Melissa. But yeah, I mean, as anybody gets any of these cases, the Discords that we do have, we can start putting them in there and start working on some of these and getting their stories out there. Night to you too, Lighting. Thank you for the information. Thank you, Evie. Have a good night. Thank you, Sifa. That's what I was just about to talk to you about. I shall do that, Haley. Thank y'all for being here again. Thank you, Judy, for the support, for always being here. I appreciate y'all. Much love. Stay blessed. Have a good night.